Welcome to Daily Watch TV. Today we have one fine gentleman over here. That's Ralph, the fellow Ghanaians. Today we the National Youth Forum.
One
So,
fine gentleman. Me.
but
Fine.
you know be fine. Black what?
Black word.
So let's move. Today you were here at the National Youth Forum. What have you learned so far?
What have I learnt? What have I learnt?
Yeah.
I didn't come here to learn. We came here to share ideas.
Okay. What's that one thing that you've learned from this forum?
Like I said, I didn't come here to learn. I came here to share ideas.
Okay. So what's that idea that you've shared to the youth over here?
Yeah, so, one thing that I've always been advocating for is the young people of this country to know who they are, where they are coming from, and where we are going. That's very much important for every youth, right? That you identify who you are, yeah, where you are coming from, yeah, and where you are going. So the who you are will make you know your wealth, your contributions to wherever you are coming from, and what you're going to do to get to wherever you want to go. So if we are able to identify this, then that will guide us as a society in making sure that we achieve whatever we want to achieve as a society, right? But majority of us don't know who we are. Our thing is that we build a society where you go to school, after school you go and find a job, or you do your service and after service you go and find a job, but we don't really know ourselves, our contribution, and where we are going as a country. So at the end of the day, now Ghana is changing the destiny. No, anyway. So a lot of things doesn't really, add up as young people of this country. But then, however, I think that is why such a program is very much important, that we put the youth together. Not all, at least we'll get certain, youth who collectively will bring up some of the problems within our society. It will be noted down, and the leaders who are responsible will take key notes and do something about it.
Okay, so with this forum, what's that one thing that you'd like to tell, the minister, that is George Opariado?
I think I proposed it on the floor when we were having the discussions, that the YEA should be an institution that is used in solving the problems of this country. We have a lot of problems, and when you have a problem and you know the problem, it's not a problem again. Right? Now what you need is a solution to the problem. And when you identify the solution, or when you're able to come up with a solution, what is left is to get people that will materialize the solution to become a reality. And that is where Ghana as a country, I find it very sad that we keep complaining that your problem and I can't wife and I can't swear to and I street lights and so and they need in a boy a day. Why they do it? Yeah. Inti asase edi do aduane obi ana eni bi ye obi. So why must we be hungry? We must get the youth so munye adwuma into agro farming, provide them with whatever we need to be able to farm and get us the food that we deserve as a country, and we'll be eating. When it comes to yakwanye tutu ya unkonforma civil engineering, gate sebubu akwanya say enroll you, give them the money, fund them, let them fix the roads. Right? When it comes to engineering problems that is confronting us as a nation, no, there are engineers, young engineers in this country that can solve these problems. Why must we be having engineering problems that warrant constitute to flooding issues and lack of developmental issues in this country? It shouldn't be happening. When it comes to sanitation and other things, which is my key thing that has been advocating for, sanitation alone can employ at least 80% of the youth within the sector. And again, add agriculture, which would again also, agriculture is something that we can add up to also make sure that the youth will get a lot of jobs. And agriculture is not only by cultivating of the crops, and it's also adding value to the crops, like production, where we are adding value to it. It's your body, your dog body anyway, yeah, they are being food, your friends say company, we are the bar company, you want more peely, you want more barbeche, you want more packaging plantations. Plantations is one of the things that Aburotreni be a new bagana no Kobaka, Unyo being cast over for plantations in Brame. But we've not been able to package plantations and make it a Ghanaian owned snack. When you go to Ethiopia, one of the things that they've been able to maintain that has become a legacy for them is coffee. Anywhere you go, they have coffee. Hotels, restaurants, name it. Wherever you find yourself, you find coffee there. And they have the cappuccinos and the traditional Ethiopian coffee. Do we have anything like traditional Ghana cocoa?
I don't think so.
We've not been able to patronize that. And when you go, even the world has even accepted coffee to the point where in Europe and America, some places, they say we're going for coffee break.
Yeah.
Do we have same that having a cocoa break? If you're here and you've never tasted it, add a little bit of cocoa with coffee and put it together and enjoy it and see. I went to Ethiopia and I told them, you know, Ethiopians don't have cocoa. So I was proposing that one of my friends that I met there, we are now family, we are going to put something together in a restaurant where, you know, we will be doing choco coffee, right? So coffee too. So a bit cocoa, coffee, that we put it together, then people can come for it, whether hot or cold. Very nice, very, very nice, right? Can't we do something like that? In terms of tourism alone can give us, create a lot of job opportunities, which I have seen in different countries, where the young people are creating jobs for themselves as cameramen, as tour guides. Do you know there is even a tour guide institution in certain countries where tour guides are being trained as to how they even communicate the history of their country to the people that visit their countries. These are all job creation. So the YEA should be an engineer institution that should understand the problems and have solutions to the youth of this country and how to, you know, use the youth of this country to solve the problems. Because we have a lot of youth in this country. And ending up in drugs. Now, Claudia, Adane Fasten, Obi, Okona, Adia, first, Dubai, na me who will be first. Vape. Dubai na me who will be first and Kwalano. Since ya Ghana, Adani way, Fasten, Ube who will be an ebikita gitano. Since I need no crowd, I minim some of you say fasten, say a day. Balloon, Ninia incrasses, some as incrasses, some night is a fashion. But then, yeah, fault, you know, lack of civilization and development makes the people dumb. And that's what it is. Yeah, said that who be I say Ghana Hanum, Obi Benya baby kakra green. I solutions they be why can even take here as a case study. School in Ghana, right? I had them then pavements and I'm a ye pave ya kama ya se a barricade you said about diwa and ye and I'm a you can see that the school is well structured and I'm a ye see bibia baby keke acquired the sidewalks waha baby any partner na waha ya yen konwe si gardens nim. That is how nations should be governed. We should have structures, and those structures, you know, you are certain institutional. Why and no say the machinery they drive all this achievement that we want to see. So I think that it is very good that they organize and they put this program together, but then they must also take note of some of the solutions people are bringing and start materializing it to become a reality in our country. It is possible, we can do it. The only thing is that having the willingness and the readiness and the leadership to say that, hey, this is what I want to do. It doesn't matter whether 4 years, and that 4 years can be a life remembrance for you as a leader leading it.
Okay, so you made mention of those kind of drugs. What measure do you think that YEA should put in place to stop those kind of those drugs? You're not.
Oh, Mimi Atrahi, Omo drug biamla, Mimi go to be no more that. Mimi go to be said and John Maboka.
But you know that
by midnight, me pay Jumaye. So what I say, may opportunity, a bet to me about the potentials in me, Abba, and I dare the government that mame one of the medians, yeah, or the runabouts, what city, no mame quine, I will transform that place within 3-4 months, yeah. And make the place a beautiful place. Now you almost for half of the country. Your friends say city in Mami, Accra city in here. I will do it. If not the government, no more. We want to make Accra a beautiful place. I have learned it, I have experienced it, I've seen it, and I can do it. Let's do it. It's deliberate. Ghana na enyefe no. Ya dey say person Ghana na enyefe. Baby or a container and mama me kwan gaman chai mama kwan ye betutu ni efri ho pavement ni meburu ni biti fi o makosia me esi na nya adwuma nye ye be wa betu pavement ho ni aye sidewalk no baby ebi etutu no ye hia me esi na oba ba cement bi ni kro yi mu Embebu na beto blocks ne bi nia. Nti oni nia bi esi na ne krom ye tan ye ntumi nto pavement wo ye sidewalks in your city. Flowers a ye de ma ye krom ye fei ebi nsisi ya. You so I learnt one thing. Ebema wa ye busy. See, ye de mbebu no gunwurem edua nnua for replacement. Say nnua na wo street mu wo ekuro no. Omo dua bi wo forest eno be ba be replacement for the esi wo no. Say etena obi de car be bodua bi mu wo kwan ho ana mframa bi bo na se ebutu fom a. Aban ne ye nhyehyɛ sɛ edua ba ko bi ebebu bia no ye be kwa akoto bi wo nwurem ba bia ye edua bi no na ya tu ene na root ni nia na ye de be hyɛ ho nti ade be tena ha na nnua esia wo be ade be tena ye dua nnua wo kwan wo bisa wo sɛ ne sire ye dua nnua ne ndɛ na ndɛ ya nyini eye obi plan so what I say that ni para time de go try go to akɔhye wi or what time de kwa akɔtwe twitwi ne hwan hwan.
Don't you think the government or the leaders have all this in mind?
America Charles say when the youth are dump no mo ko sewa broni akosua sewa ina obi wewu ina obi di obi ina obi eko na ye didi Afenyo-Markin sechi na nsemhunu ina yesi Goldbod ina Goldbod. The conversation we should be having is, okay, if Goldbod is making this amount over $19 billion for us as a country, and then you discourage him. Now, by any means, okay, you the construction of this. Mr. President, then next year, Sikebi Ebenyano, you reinvest into railways. I have done the visibility studies, premier assumptions. I know, sir, constructing a railway line from Tema to Paga will cost us estimation assumptions, right? $500 million. So Goldbod then $500 million, sir. The road accident, why not investing those monies into railway constructions? And now Afenyo-Markin and Kwasi Assembly in Semunu, can already say, now MBP co opposition, MBP co opposition, yes, Sammy Gyamfi to money, go to an Ghana ye. Bet now so 4 years, it's the Papa Bia, as a South Ghana, I Bema, to me at Nakromia within 1 year. Momani atete baby na mo na mudi Ghana so e na mo build that thing e de mo that mo pense mo to ton sase ne Japade adugja mo ma mo betina parliament so the only thing omogene one had to cut deals and make money for themselves and no one omogene ho my brother inti you see when you bisa say then chairman the youth must rise up. We must know who we are and what we deserve, and the leaders we bring into office will do what we deserve for us. Omo we see Jimmy into the epe bia na omo de mai omo pe na omo de mai enya de epe Afenyo-Markin so ti kromia what say or kasa from 2017 out to 2024 or be press conference that say nanado at the taxes be go Ghana for so omo pedro njaida what say or be press conference be say works and housing ye sisi dan me gunwure mu osaglame e dan no man sika na de enti emeka hu nsem da what say Afenyo-Markin be press conference say ECG sika omo propose ma ye say yemfa finance minister ntwam omo di mana bro so enti aban hwe no nka hu asem da wanka bida what is Afenyo-Markin abeka say Ghana MPP petition ye boka obi bida jimie sa oni so oteso a onim nyansa wo wiase nia aka ye nka ba wo free so a na wa behu nyansa no ba kire Ghana for sane yenye because omo say ye youth no ye nim de ye pe ye wie school tifie obi command adwuma asabi an say the napco na Ghana ni ani age political na napco na aban ne mbeburu ni adwuma ye na omo napco ye adwuma. Now, besides leaders not in the parliament a week, send no moody. Now, the catch us why you do a man to have a time 700 the amount. And what bra, you bet to me the systems and structures say go a coin ball at the and qua a bet to me a marku 20 cities every year for 200 cities every day. Imagine man to say near tia minimum wage in Mebuno Krumi and cash in found yet 27 years, 28 years, 30 years. The year Juma was so many 850 cities, 900 cities, 1,002. Catch me. Say allowance say dem asanko of we. Ejuma be na omo ye de som ye. Pa som boa maybe mada. Nti e mo those allowances ni me dem omo nia. Ba ye ne ye bre no, den ye nya. Kwabrane ni sika ode ko eduma ni o sign the foka. Bosome sika edi tua ne kenya no assign the foka. Yet osole obekọ eduma no. We need to know what we deserve as young people. Omo you see yourself muache and we are still there. Now your profile Ralph no end this in it. End this in a tiny chi into me can answer your crowd because you didn't say me end this in it. Where's so bad? I'm peeping it near profile. And no play Machiavellian tactics, no make can eat boom. Now you mebuano, you try a home. No more faith, no more buya kwasia. Tell my mummy and come mummy ajuni yejuma.
I think you've been a very good pioneer in certain areas.
I only have to talk about it. It is remain on the government.
You've been like
the last a coin be an to baby I make keka they are fixing them. The last time I went to Tema, I spoke about some road here and the cars on park or come to 3 on them. They've moved them away from there and they've come to pave the whole place. I spoke about the street lighting system in the city of Accra. Today we are seeing some places lighting up. Offer a hachu kwan so a transition or kwan niano me kwaye video or a police for me be omo barrier no obedu na ehosum, and I did a video that the people protecting us maybe omo nka sam pogina no, it is deadly for them. Somebody can come and harm them at any time. Ye hu nipa prompo. So omo me light on them today as we speak in Rianimu niano light. So my list and my role as a citizen, as a youth, that Ronaldo advised me to be a citizen and not a spectator. When I see the things, I talk about it. And this government is at least I'll give them 20% doing something. Most of the things that we talk about, they are doing them. So it makes sense. I have achieved something. In fact, I went to Rage Hospital to talk about best. Ghana focus here in Chiming Congo because America and no hospital is in penny now. So I want to achieve something, but I can only draw the attention of the people. It remains the people to rise up and say, no, let us hold hands together. You say priority back where they can achieve nothing. But when we come together collectively, near see a any day flood you see in Swahili. See any other affected. Me anka me bi eka obi. Okay, also anka obi be eka obi. But that nipa na eka no enne se e frese ni ayen kambom. Na yem bisa yen wo say solutions be na edi egu a enne se so ni jemu bi me nka na. There is no solution. Ye kwa pra krom ne ko twitwa pictures na ye video. What I saying nothing. In so ni jemu nda ne be wo say yan hwe. Right? But collectively we have a solution. President made mention that there's not an engineering work. It's never true. There's a huge engineering problem in this country. We can do it. There will be the entire community needs to be demolished. The entire place, there are places I say near park. Not because ye hears us, but in so tall the metaso area green grass besans wofu near Saquatana Frama. So what I say, and this is Sidayo. You will be on how our land and we need to build bigger drains. So what I say, Ghana will be a while. But Nipa your message, man, maybe school engineering, civil engineering, will be a school to fear, acquire a quarter, a community and development, a building, or whatever, brofono can the dead, but the solutions are not there. So me, I can talk about it, right? But that is why when it is an election time, politicians may campaign like I have been doing. I do the advocacy, I do the campaigning. But answer Nabebabe leader, and what happens? The whole of us as Ghanaians will have to go and cast our ballots. This is a president. In Tisamenko America also came here. But at the end of the day, said this is what we want. Imagine say left with me alone. You say you want solution. Ghana phone yanka parliament. In Melbourne, the cancer by say Obi and you oti kromu yanoma a day odi less than 50 cities. Accra Obi and you odi less than 50 cities. Right? I didn't see a year less than 50 cities for a whole 24 hours.
That makes sense.
It's a minimum wage, So MP at a parliament, no far bill and call parliament say, ye BB and for minimum wage. We said a constituency or Muyedman and Mabuniska, SCB, to me the Atons Asia, I am for money boy at dinner. Ya Bob Black was equal to mean Tobina. Come on. Ufi say parliament betia no munti. Ye youth, a crown coin, I'm almost bear 4 billion. Ye tell you bear 4 krana. Na ye bear 200,000 youth. That is a parliament and car as a maze basi on Gabini. Omu bedwane by ya wo raf nko e bese achew na ya se nya bloggers nkwasiafo be respectfully no ma se abetwitwa no mo de akwa to social media that arrogant raf and that stubborn raf and the raf that guy na nya nkofo comment section that boy is doing too much, he thinks he's the only sensible boy go ye me try to 800 cedis the rent so pe no ni me isu mimi nim sa me rent so amini scam di tua ntia me isu no na me bom pa ese nka ye nia ye nka mbom ne adwene nya adwuma na ye fa pressure man pay for ne se munye bibi mfa ho ama me ye adwuma metumi enye sika papa a metumi de dibi metumi de bi esie na afi so me nya bi de tua me dan ka aban a onsi dan ma ye emien hai bi obi su si ni de awia ye kwa ha ne board nene na afi na se me hu so mo se rent control for ne nam na mo ye chairman forget it easy am fie wula o so onje me 6 months o je me 1 year me tufuli wa me pa chaw aban obema me bi atena The solution. Say Ralph the BB. I'm a realist, man. I'm gonna fake it. Yeah. Now you take Chromia, and I'm a demonstration. Yes, I'm a block coin. Some are called block coin, some money pancos. But then I am stating it here. I never blocked any road. Democracy have never blocked any road. It was the Ghana police that issued a statement. And if any of you guys want, I am going to share that letter with you right now before I leave. Yeah, issued a statement that they are going to block certain principal streets ahead of the preparations towards the demonstration we're about to make. Into RAF, manko block kwan bia obi bia. Oh, Afenyo-Markin minority in parliament. Ekwatena yoko kal kwan mu block ka kwan no. Say ya chi wuntumi. Wuntumi adwuma ba na enim so ye okromia. Enya galam say. Osho ye mining. Ena ya chi wuntumi, ena akoye mining. And Afenyo-Markin mbominya so onim the mining processes onimu. You can be having a mining license, right? But that doesn't warrant you to be doing mining anywhere. Baby mining no. You should have a prospecting license and a mining license at that particular concession. Enti nanda yeti obi betu aba betutu ya no mkra so baba be sidan wa anu obi mebi san say na asase no dia ana meboa nti e ba ne sen na wo asase da baby obi course kotu galamse a wo de wehu ba wo de ohu nyansa se asase ne ode nti nipa na betu galamse wo so awie dia menkwan reclamation kromfo ba de no omo kwotena ka akwem block e kwan ene ya anya omo hwe democracy e say ya na attack me omu MPP nkwa yet me 24 times 24 and so be explaining the saying Afenyo-Markin ya che ne saying omu say democracy is under attack ya che omu saying me kodina school mu me catch omu say ya the 24 hour ye friend the 24 hours economy na just mama so hu asemo we American no so ye friend saying free education aba enkola ni nya baby ntina de ensua de nti aban ne nhwe na on computer classroom blocks e wo no omba no meye me ko kwan so ada police for be cantan cross me ye mo ame e de me ko sem ne e che me enne one of the bad roads e Ghana ha e ye dunkwa I am free e kwan aye too good e was so for more than 100 years enna ye ka say ye so free me say Ralph bra na be ka da kwan ne wasem sa kwan me ko de mu wo hu 3 days. You see democracy is under attack one kind Oma bodam nipo kan da asem ni bia no omra bonte no me explain at the counter democracy is under attack say you say bloggers fo bi e kasa na ache omo me ye blogger ya che me o ye blogger ya che wo na akoka kire president say president yili beku no ye be ni say eno ye blogging and ye threat and Afenyo-Markin nko for da ho ne wopo enemle ni bia ba ekuro bi enima sea front or and I say ocean view ye ne wo ho one of the most essential assets for every country. In some call for the honey wapon. I say a chance war, yes, you'll be there, you know, answer it for yourself. My cousin we are over to me at me. To mean to buy my cousin Afenyo-Markin, Manuda Sumina show media some ya bayana dear in Quaphonic account media soon be from Amahona. My threatening life, and you can and the pick me up. So as I say, Inti, let us distinguish between Obia, what can some a criminal, and Obia or yen blogging ejuma. Bloggers he may be or MPP a pencil, or more in this a pencil, or more than you with my achiobi. Oko Kankwas as someone met.
So moving from that, you said you were talking about the 24 hours economy.
24 hours economy. Mama, some numbers here. Hey, Kaka,
24 hours economy.
Economy. 24 hours economy be Ghana.
Say me who be
anyway.
So yeah, can but me who
now where will be?
No, me who because
there's been so many shortcuts.
I say
shortcuts in 24 hours economy ne wo ho. Ba obi ansole nko adwuma no pan court shift anyway no and started. I started.
To omo ye.
No say that ni ana no omo ko. Sa omo da ho ye. And they say Ghana for man am okeka. Na say so omo ye. Into Bizam say 24 hours economy.
No. But with the market sectors, you know, that side, most of them 24 hours economy. Market sectors, some 24 hours economy. Right. I would say some sectors in Ghana, I said, already they were doing those kind of running shifts. And not also I said maybe say mama and I branding to be like 24 hours. They were most companies were doing shifts. Morning shift, afternoon and evening. You know that.
Title because me 24 hours economy the time almost started campaign time I said it. Now imagine so be a Juma Accra Central, right? And not Medina. And oye Juma mienu. The first job no Accra Central. ena ote madina nti opo adwuma ese obeda be 2 hours bi na osan sole ko night shift e we bi atema motorway no so yenye wiye rail line bi eni ho aburoti a ye 24 hours economy utumi foot train utumi for bus utumi for taxi ana ameboa ebi kura so utumi the bicycle mpoko the Ghana ha means of transportation be may efficient to get to our work you put it in place.
No.
So
Question from
you are saying that the transport system is very bad.
You know, it's not me saying it, don't you know? Oh, car.
No.
Eya unyina kwa ho mfa trotro. Eya trotro no ugina ebi wo no mo ba na o ma bo ebu o mo pe. Ebu o no ma ayema utumi gina o be 30 minutes 45 minutes na unya car. Enye problem.
Yeah.
Your train system o krom ya no ma we be twem 12, we be ba 2, we be ba say ni e dey pie kwa nka.
But say that one is not enough.
What is not enough?
The train stations, it seems like it's only 2 or 3.
Enti why na say build there no?
I don't know.
Now we say since ya my emergency me ba program ya and na me emergency me ba anajo no me kodu fe be 12 something me kodu e minim say me ko baby anopa tutu na by 9 I need to leave the house say man to me nyoma ngu ho na say me yes me koda me so me late. So what did I do? I made provisions. I oiled my stuff, I put in my socks, I put in my cufflinks, everything ready. And I'm a kodai. Me that's all in I'm real about to Kodjale. In this my emergency me baby 24 hours economy. And you may 24 hours economy na very efficient and very meaningful no. Eh be man depend on mo be adwuma no ho be hen ha no. I need to put all those structures in place. Me and am there ba.
So what are those structures?
Ba ko na transportation ye ko adwuma ye nanti ye faka.
Another one.
Yeah, transportation na dey adwuma. It say yeah car, yeah train, yeah whatever. Or my way me means of transportation and mobility car pe. Ye ni any means makọ a city omo tena boat so in the free one end the call one end. Nti yemfa ne say obi te. Yemfa ne say kaswa de nsuo bi ampo na wa e ba the side. But the nsuo da yemfa ne say Bukom Arena in Jamestown. Yeah. Nti yemfa ne say me ye adwuma o Kwame Nkrumah Museum. Metumi afa moto ana trotro e de akọ Bukom Arena chiro. E ho na ye fa ne say the docking station and I said your friends say Plantu station. No ma kofa Plantu. Me fa Plantu no so ade ma be fa circle. I be fa your friend say alajo na de me ni nema ba be pie atimota. Ana me boa. Sanso ni sign de ma be say ko taifa. E ko wurawura za taifa ti oni ni akosi esi eburi ana me boa. Etwem o Madina nia. Nti imagine say ya dredge those nsuo nim. Ene ya na kese e na nsuo abetemu say chabam. And a means of transportation. Trotro near ma, me quack for no be, na me be Juma no pa, Yafina me be traffic ma, me confine soon so she, my quack no traffic. See, we need to put certain structures in place, and it is doable. We catch average Ghanaian, you better catch office I have Luciana, because with Jimmy Samoa, or who that development media, in Tayana say, I had to be a son, and just the willingness, the readiness, and the action.
All right. Thank you for your time.